Well, welcome, good evening, you wonderful dice of all lemons. I am Lunar8, and this is the real Part 22. And by that, I mean I attempted to record a Part 22 a second ago, and while it's not super racy and graphic, and they were at least tasteful, I still feel it was a little bit too much for YouTube. It was well done art, and it was very tasteful with the placement of things. We didn't really see a dick or anything, or nipples, but still, it was close enough. I'm like, yeah, I can't YouTube this. So.
You were saying something while we were at it. What were you mumbling?
It was a prayer.
Like,
oh God, fuck me?
I like it.
Yeah, main point is that she's into girls, but she feels bad because there's one girl she really liked, but she didn't go together with her because she was raised a super strict Catholic. So the girl killed herself, and now she feels guilty, and now she just screws guys as a way of punishing herself, which makes no sense, and I feel very confused. Also, this is that other game I saw that one time, Quantum Suicide, which one day we'll get that a shot, and I don't know who this is. You are way too harsh on yourself for no reason.
Thanks for the good time, Marianne.
Well, let's see how that affects the story. Just meet somebody else that makes you happy. There's no reason for you to punish yourself. I have a job to get ready for. Yeah, you just fucked your boss's husband, so we'll see how that works out. It isn't often I think about drinking on the job. But after meeting the rights yesterday, it really makes me want to break my self-imposed rules. Yeah. Because first off, fucking damn whiskey was fucking damn Mr. Right. And to top it all off, they had somehow forgotten to inform me that they didn't own the Underground Mansion yet when they hired me. What sort of person does that? Rich, super rich people. Yeah, rich people. I could do nothing but twiddle my thumbs to this, however, twiddle my thumbs and wait for the signal to go. Oh, it's not like I can accept other small projects. This is a big job. I should be ready to start on it anytime. Not to mention that my PA practically begged me to be patient and wait this out. It was a hard decision to agree, but I did so in the end. Besides, I'm doing this for the Emigard Mansion, not for anything or anyone else. I'd have a headache, whatever I do anyway. I'd go to the pub again, but seeing what happened a few days ago, I'd rather not end up in bed with another potential client. And it might be a huge leap in logic, but a library is the next best thing after the pub. I assume that'll be a positive thing. Yeah. We're just really negative of Luke, though, for some reason. I give her time to speak up, but when she just stares, I clear my throat.
Yes? You have something to say?
An embarrassment creeps up on her face. I snatch one of the coffees from her and take a sip. Too hot. Continue waiting. I have no business with it. Usually value privacy above all else, after all. Unless, of course, they're posting pictures on social media, bragging what good people they are for allowing themselves to be interviewed for some magazine. Then again, the whole reason I'm in this mess is because I don't give two shits about what goes on with people like them. And I'm not going to get caught up snooping and be accused of some imagined wrongdoing. I'm not going to be some busybody detective wannabe and run off to investigate whatever that was. It's probably just some mundane anyway, like a lamp falling over. I'm just going to sit here and wait for Mrs. Wright. With my tea. In complete silence.
Could I at least put the telly on?
I don't really expect him to answer. If he hadn't heard the crash, I doubt he would have heard me.
As long as you don't watch some silly soap opera, the LBC News would be fine. The William Walker Show is on too if you prefer that. Not that I watch it, but my husband does. The remote is under the coffee table.
Oh, sure.
Why would
maybe I'll be lucky and
soap
catch the
opera be a
duck
problem? I understand. I don't like soap operas
I want to see
either.
second meet sixth in Spain.
But I do like,
If not, just the news then.
good animes.
Thank you. I'll let you get on with your
But-
cooking now.
I'm confused. Anyway, is she gonna turn on the news and say a thing about Rose? I can't remember if she already knows. Are we gonna see a reflection of the Grudge Girl? Thing won't turn on. Okay. And we're looking right at a reflection, so we're gonna see something pop up. Doesn't that make the silence more awkward or what? The battery's probably dead.
Batteries must be dead.
Well, fuck. Hi, Hannah! Or Loriane. Yeah? Whoever composes music, you're amazing. When would you not be worried? Yeah, that's... I mean, I feel my attention drawn right to her face. That being said, regardless of how sexy she may be, it is very low resolution. And, well, you have a lot of, red flags everywhere. That's a big issue. Yeah! You didn't care about the blood and the giant help me? Are we gonna die? Yeah. Well, I mean, you actually do have issues, Marianne, but that's not because you're a bad person. It's because, well, you're so emotionally wound from your religious upbringing that
Good morning,
you
Mr.
are.
Wright. I'm sorry.
You hate
I
yourself, and
didn't
you're
see
beating
you.
yourself up over something that you haven't
Have
done
you been
anything
standing
wrong.
there long?
You're just really mean to
No,
yourself.
I just came down and saw you were having a hard time with the telly. We must have forgotten to change the batteries. Are you all right, dear? You're looking a bit pale. Haven't you had breakfast yet?
No, I'm fine. I had breakfast
You're
already, Mrs. Wright. I just
Not wearing the
Then
curse
you must have
necklace
had
yet.
Breakfast. I'm all for a good diet, but that's the most important meal of the day. Johans is cooking up pancakes. Pancakes will make anyone feel better, he always says. We can sit down and tuck in. You'll feel right as rain once we get some fluffy, syrupy goodness in you. And are you sure you're fine, Marianne? You're shaking.
You can usually pass it off by just saying that you need some sugar. Yeah, I remember those dreams. They're pretty fucked up. It's not just, oh, I'm having dreams about her. No, she's a fucking Siamese twin with the other person, and there's blood and no. It's like... Huh.
I just remembered something, that's all. It's nothing to worry about.
Okay, so that's a positive. So we're super positive Hannah. And we could be positive Isabel and Luke in the future. The Luke thing I'm still surprised at.
Are you sure? I am all ears if there is something bothering you. I don't mind a good story, and I don't want it to affect your work performance.
Gossipy wagon, isn't she? She should just leave you alone. It's not like you need her.
You don't have to worry about that, Mrs. Wright. I say business stays business, and anything else can stay in the doghouse until I'm done with work.
Yep, that is true.
Shall we talk about your work then?
If you'd like. It's on your time, after all.
I've been told many good things about you, and I've seen some of your work before. Others speak very highly of your work etiquette. Yet I've never heard of you before, not even a whisper of the McCullough name.
Well, I've only been in Luxbourne for 4 years. Tried to make it big in London for nearly 3 years before, and I've only been working these high-quality projects for the past year.
I stick straight to the point. It's best to be brief when talking to clients, after all. Keep it clean cut as much as possible. Yet at the same time, I have to make it engaging so it doesn't look like I don't want to talk to them.
I imagine it hasn't been easy. I can't see why you've moved from London to Luxbourne, though.
Job vacancies were fewer at the time, and I had a lot of competition in London. Let's not even talk about the living costs there. But I'm glad I moved here, even if it hadn't been smooth sailing. If I had it easy, I probably wouldn't be working projects like these.
Why even bother explaining to her? She won't understand. She's practically born with a silver spoon in her mouth. The woman could probably snap her fingers and have servants attending to her beck and call.
She does look the part of spoiled heiress, doesn't she? It would be a relief if she's just that. Something that's different from Mrs. Wright and her. Before she can get another word, that may prove me wrong, Wright looks up at the loft with a fond expression on her face. Okay, just a simple glance. She can put in so much love that I feel a tad jealous of whoever holds it.
Good morning, Luke, darling.
Good morning, ladies. What a wonderful morning it is that I wake up to such a beautiful sight. I do hope you two are getting along.
Would do in a heartbeat if only he isn't my client. Punches Rich Arsehole. I mean, you did fuck
What
him.
is with that look, Marianne? You look like you've smelled something foul.
What? I usually prefer tarts, but pancakes are just as good.
You guys are rich. And yet I feel like I do just as good making my own pancakes in a skillet or popping a toaster strudel in the toaster.
It's nothing. Never mind.
Come on then, we can discuss business.
Save. Okay, let's see how this went. Okay, that went more positive Hannah, but I went pretty negative Luke. I know I'm not trying. A little negative Hannah, but we're still pretty positive, and a little positive Luke. Okay.
You can still have a garage.
See, Marianne agrees with me. Thank you.
But the structural integrity of the mansion might be at risk. Taking down one of the exterior walls might hit one of the and with a mansion that old, I'd rather not risk it, especially without closer inspection. There's always compromise, of course.
I suppose that's better than nothing. Better than flat out saying no.
Mrs. Wright does have a point. If you'd like a covered parking space, we can arrange something on the grounds instead.
Then we better go there. I want to see where we can build a garage.
I don't remember what I did last time. I think I checked the ground floor the first time and went to that cellar, didn't I? So what if I check this? Yeah, this is new. Okay. Okay, so we're going upstairs. So the first time we went downstairs, we actually came across the wine cellar. And, well, interesting time sortie we had. Small catch in the car, but as long as no one tries to run down the stairs until it gets fixed. Well, I think that's what Isabel tripped at. Lady Charlotte's fiance was brutally murdered by a witch. So it was just a random slave that was... Okay. And it was the Lady Charlotte did it, but then there was a thing where she lost her eyeballs, and then she was talking to her mother, and then she did something about a daughter, and yeah, they do look very much similar. It's almost like they're descended from these people. Yeah, it's... Okay. Why do you need that? Like, what are you going to watch? Are you going to play Halo on a giant big screen in your house? With like your whole lobby's going to be in your house?
Were you
Okay.
meaning to go in there? I'm afraid we won't be able to open it up today.
Oh well, I wanted to, but it's fine. I can still survey the rest of the place.
Apologies, but the key was missing when they were handed over. They told us that they'd get right back to us with it.
What? But aren't they supposed to hand over all the keys once property changes hands? That can be grounds to file a complaint.
They were already kind enough to let us move in so early. There's no need to raise a fuss about it. Worst comes
Back to the
worst, we can
Minecraft
call for a
music.
locksmith.
Look, I know you fucked Luke. Ah, shit. Yeah?
Flowers, yellow flowers, daffodils, dandelions, and sunflowers and the sort all up front. Just a whole garden of them. They'll make the house look lovely, won't they?
Of course. A garden is a wonderful addition to any home.
Yes, it must be nice.
We're still talking about the gardens, yes?
I mean, not having to worry about what another person thinks of you.
I
What
don't.
do you mean by that?
Sometimes I wonder what would have happened if I didn't marry Luke. There'll be no fights about walk-in closets or silly helipads. I could do with this place as my heart desires until there's nothing but content. Then again, I wouldn't have bought this place if it wasn't a gift for him. I probably wouldn't even be in Luxbourne if it wasn't
Considering
for him.
everything
Maybe
that
I would move to
happens,
London,
this is the worst
Manchester,
fucking
or
gift ever.
Birmingham.
But considering
I
in
might
the
have even
future
left
where
the
Zack
country
dies,
altogether.
the
France,
possessed
Germany,
version of you
Spain,
plucks out his
Canada,
eyeballs
Sweden.
and wraps
Even
them with
America.
ribbon in a box and a
The
handkerchief
possibilities would have
as
been
a
endless.
gift.
I'm sorry, I must sound so petty and ungrateful. I do love him. So very much, even if he can be a bit difficult at times.
Oh no, not at all. I'm just confused why you're telling me this, of all people.
Just a whim, I think. Just flights of fancy, that's all. Don't you ever think about one decision you've made in your life and wonder how much would change if you chose to do things differently?
I try not to dwell on the past, ma'am.
That is a lie, Marianne. Yes, try, but you don't try very hard.
You must have been quite the pair, Mrs. Wright.
Yep, figured that'd be positive.
Hannah Evans and Luke Wright taking Luxbourne by storm. At least, that's what I've heard.
Quite the celebrity couple, according to all the newspapers. But it wasn't always that way. Father certainly. Why, he told me to stay away from him. Told me that I was too good for him. That's the usual overprotective dad speak, though. But of course, you know that.
I don't. I was too busy keeping grades at boarding school to maintain my scholarship. However, the fact that I went to all-girls boarding school, so father never had to read fuss over boys, dated his little girl.
And what did you tell him? Considering you are Mrs. Wright now, you or the mister must have convinced him otherwise.
Yes, well, I told him I was my own woman and I could decide who was deserving of me or not on my own. Thank you very much. That never stopped him from making sure Luke couldn't get anywhere near me without an escort and a guard anyway. Though he certainly wasn't that overprotective when I was dating Jack.
Do we ever meet Jack?
Maybe your father considered this Jack a more capable man?
I doubt it. Jacqueline was nowhere close to being any sort of a role model when we were in college. She was rebellious, reckless, and immature. Everything I wasn't. But she was quite the charming, stunning woman, and I think that made her quite likable.
I feel confused. I feel nuns and priests are the last person anyone should ask for sex advice. Like I said, love who you guys want to love. Just be happy.
You look surprised, Marianne. The first thing anybody needs to know about me is that I go after what I want. And when it comes to who I love, it doesn't matter to me whether they're a man or a woman. Legs, we called her, because of how often she was running about because of one thing or another. Climbing up walls and, what do they call it now? Parkour. And also because of her, well, legs.
And you went after her?
Not right away. When I first met her, I wanted nothing to do with her. She was so improper and uncouth. But I slowly realized that didn't mean she was a bad person. On the contrary, she did many a good thing and was always so nice to others. I found myself confused. I couldn't figure out if I wanted to be her or wanted to be with her. So I approached her, told her that I might have fancied her.
And your father didn't mind?
He must have thought it was my form of rebellion. But he never watched out for Jack as much as he watched out for Luke.
Well, Luke is an underground criminal mob boss.
If I didn't love my father so much, if he hadn't raised me right, I think I might have told him to bugger off. He's never been more attentive of me than when I started bringing home dates.
I'm sure he loved you very much.
I suppose I've taken too much of your time with my silly stories.
I still have most of this floor, and I'll want a quick run-through of the ground floor.
I shan't keep you from your work any longer then. Just call me if you need anything. I'd like to look around myself.
Finally, some peace and quiet. Thought the old biddy would never leave.
You have a shitty conscience. Okay. What? I have to close my eyes in the hopes of willing the sudden sense of vertigo away, but when I open them... Yep. Well, I don't feel any less sick because of the sight that greets me. Blood dripped from the walls and the ceiling, pulling downward and seeping into the curtains and the carpets. A wave of nausea, stronger than the last, hits me, along with overpowering stench of blood and gore. I want to bolt, the rational part of my head is telling me to flee. And I would have gladly done it. If only I didn't hear her.
I'm here, Marianne. Come on, I have something to show you.
If you are in the blood-covered everything and you hear something, hey, I have something to show you, it's like, hi, I'm Fire Marshal Bill. Let me show you something! I swear this time it's coming from one of the rooms, much further into the study, and I feel compelled to pay attention. I can't just turn around and leave, can I? Not when it's her. I don't even think as I follow the sound of her voice. Ellipses. Okay. Hi, Lorraine. Lovely Amanda Lorraine. La Serafiona. Lasagna. She was my friend. The only one I had St. Sam Fans. I was a scholar of the Charity Case, a school for privileged and prestigious young girls. They all looked down on me if they cared to look at me and acknowledge my presence at all. All except Lasagna.
Oh, stop your crying. You know better than to listen to Maeve.
That is... Maeve! You pronounce that Maeve! Maeve! There is no letter V anywhere in that Klingon!
Why, I ought to teach that butterface a lesson.
Wait, no, lass! I don't want you getting into trouble with the sisters again!
How old are you guys here?
Relax. It's not like I'm going to stomp her and her lackey's arses flat like last time.
Come on, let's just go back to our dorm room. I don't want to be on my Tobler while you go get yourself punished.
What does toddler mean?
You'll be fine. Gip's there with you.
Lasagna was there when I needed her. Through my highs and my lows. Through my hips and my legs. Having her as a friend made everything in the strange school away from my father all the more tolerable. She saw this poor helpless girl who was kept down and shunned by everyone else. And being the kind soul that she was, she rescued me. So brave, so beautiful. She was something else.
I'll eat all the chocolates stashed away in your closet if you go.
I can get more. Just don't go complaining to me if you get a tummy ache because of that.
Well, you don't want to get detention on a weekend, do you? It's a Friday. We can go to town and have some karaoke. And we can have a go at druids and demons again. You're not going to miss that just because of Maeve, are you?
Again, there is no letter V in there. The ghost is like, you okay? Like, no, I'm not. I'm having an existential crisis over like 7 D's and 3 H's making a V sound. In the darkest corner of mine, where traitorous thoughts are lurked, I thought she only felt sorry for me. Maybe she's just being a good Samaritan, offering a helping hand. And perhaps I've been selfish.
You have a point. I'll just kick her arse on Monday then.
That's not what I mean!
I know what you mean, Em.
Wait, where are you going? You just told me you wouldn't call.
I still have something to do. Don't worry. It's not like I'm going to burn down her dorm room or something criminal like that. I'm just going to talk to. Maybe I'll make it so that her room smells like a dog's air biscuit. That'll make it an excellent weekend. I'll see you in a bit, Marianne. Lots of tobblers.
What is a toddler? Because when she told me that she loved me, I couldn't admit that I felt the same way. Not to her, and not even to myself. It was wrong. I was taught that way. Husband and wife, one man, one woman. I'll say this. I'm Christian. I believe strongly in God, but I'll say this. I see nothing wrong with any of this. Whether you're a man, woman, man, woman, whatever. Whatever gender, sexuality, as long as you're both adults and you're consenting, then just be in a happy, loving relationship and be nice to each other. That's what matters most, that you feel safe and you're loved and cared about and you're with someone who actually cares about you. And this person's just beating themselves up. If you're happy, you're happy. I wanted to apologize for disregarding her feelings so callously. It must have been like a slap to the face for her. But life had gotten in the way. Exams, which are such trivial hindsight now, took top priority. I had to keep my grades up to keep my scholarship for my father. I will say this. They are both very cute. I told myself I would apologize to her when those were over, that I needed to focus first and not let anything distract me. It had been easy when she avoided me like the plague. She was upset, I get that. Thought I had time to make things
At
right.
7
But
in the morning, students found a fifth year dead. Assumed to have fallen from her dormitory window.
I feel like I've heard that voice somewhere before in the past. Like, is that just the stereotypical voice for like there's some video game or movie I've seen that's supposed to take place in Britain. I've heard that voice. But I feel like it's a stock voice now.
Maeve had a hook and I kicked the bucket, didn't she?
Again, this is not the letter V. DHB. This is not the letter V. Are you gonna be like, throw a J sound in there, but it's a Batman symbol? Like, my name's Lorraine. The letter T is silent. Where does it go?
Ding dong, the witch is dead!
Well, at least the only women I've ever turned down were already married, and, well, I wasn't about to fuck a married woman. Unless I was married to her. So, but then, yeah. So, but yeah. That being said, I've asked out a lot of women, and I've gotten a lot of rejections. She had, though. She didn't say which, alright.
Well, at least Maeve had the courage to admit how she felt about me.
Well, that's not good at all, does it? I feel bile rise in my throat as a clean image warps itself into how she looked like when she was found dead, lying on the cold, hard ground. But like I said, I can at least say I've never cheated on anyone, and every relationship I've ever been in has ended with my partner either cheating on me, dumping me, or both. And the only times I've ever actually rejected any women were, or, didn't pursue them, was because they were already in a relationship. That being said, it's hard to even meet single women anymore. It's just almost all the women anywhere seem to already be married or in a relationship. Like, Your pupils shouldn't be shaking like that. Did you have one too many Snickers? Not going anywhere for a while? Grab a Snickers. I don't know which would be more comforting. Would you feel less scared if you knew this was all in your head? Or would you be less scared if you knew, hey, I'm not crazy, but this is a real entity that does actually exist? Which is more comforting and which is more terrifying? Or are they both equally scary? I don't know. I imagine in the moment you wouldn't be able to tell the difference because either way you'd be freaked out completely and shitting yourself. Also, I know the main focus here is supposed to be the ghost face here, but I mean, fun. Her eyes are pretty, the nice shade of lipstick, her tits are amazing. So, yeah. Yes.
You, on the other hand, can't even look me in the eye.
I don't blame her. They're not staying still.
This isn't real. You're not. You're dead!
I'm dead. Because of you. And you won't even look at me.
She didn't push you. You did kill yourself. Yes, you were sad that she rejected you. But that was not a reaction that anyone should take. And I'll say this. Anyone out there that is considering suicide, don't do it. I don't know your situation. All I can say is I hope it gets better for you, and hopefully whatever you're lacking in your life that could bring you happiness, I hope you find it, that you can heal from whatever trauma has occurred to you. But I'll say this. Anyone out there thinking about hurting themselves or killing themselves, don't do it. I ask you, please, be nice to yourselves and love yourself. And hopefully one day you'll find somebody else who actually loves you as well. Until then, just we'll stare here and have a staring contest with lasagna.
Look at me.
Garfield will win this contest. Garfield. My breathing quickens and I can feel my heart being torn apart.
I'm so sorry, Lorraine.
I would criticize you if I didn't sometimes talk to the wall or inanimate objects for like 12 hours at a time. It actually helps to do these Let's Plays because at least I'm talking to a computer screen about a video game and not just having a conversation, explaining my point of view to myself as I beat myself up over about stuff that isn't even my fault.
Look at me.
You did not push her. Yes, you rejected her. But, I think you've suffered way more. And the real Lorraine, had she known, she'd been sad that, but you were like, oh no, I'm so horrible a person. Let's be clear, there are times, the human mind is not stable. Okay? There's times in which my view on morality shifts drastically to, oh, I should be super nice to everyone, to God wants me to kill everyone. I'm okay, that's a big shift. But at the same time, this part over here is completely illogical. But that's due to things that I've been told, things that have happened, outside factors of stress, and just lots of bad things occurring, and abuse after abuse after abuse after abuse, and very poor luck with relationships, and relationships that were also abusive. So, main point being is this. We all have certain different traumas to work with. You say in the mirror, I am having a conversation with Marianne. You will wait your turn, lasagna. Okay. But yeah, Marianne. Main point is this. It's just, you are being way too hard on yourself. Main thing is this. Most important thing is this. Just be nice to yourself and others. In general, I tend to have the feeling that I enjoy violent video games, but I tend to view the concept of pacifism. Or that, I feel everyone should be nice to each other, regardless of, race or ethnicity or anything. But yeah, sexualities, genders, guys, do what's best for you out there. If you're a woman and you love another woman, if you're happy, as long as you're two consenting adults, then just, follow your heart. Just be happy. If you find something that makes your life complete and makes you feel happy and whole and safe and loved, then go for it. No matter what you do, there is going to be haters and people that try to tear you down. And heck, you might even be one of your worst enemies. Constantly picking apart everything you do is wrong. And all I gotta say to you is this. Check out Psy, the guy who did the Gangnam Style song. That Korean guy. He is a really cool dancer and singer. Lasagna, I saw you move. Stay there. And do not do the Gangnam Style dance. You will break that mirror. 7 years bad luck. But anyway, he actually did a music video once called Hangover, where he did it with Snoop Dogg, and the whole music video is Psy is trying to outdrink and outsmoke Snoop Dogg. Now, some other songs he did, of course, were Gangnam Style, Mother, Father, Gentleman, Bong Dolly or something? I can't pronounce that one. New Face, Daddy, and while all those are amazing songs, I recommend each and every one of them, there's a song he has called I Love It. So, yeah, if people are giving you issues, go watch the one with I Love It So Much. And it's just talking about like whether or not people like him or whether people talk shit about him. it's like in the end he's still the winner. So he's like, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. But yeah, check out those songs. There's Hangover. There's Gangnam Style, Daddy, Bong Dolly something. I don't know. New Face, Mother, Father, Gentleman, New Face. But yeah, I love it. Though it's spelled L-U-V. But yeah, main point is this. I mean, I'm not really the favorite of some preachers and pastors just because I was the kind of person who would question everything. Now, granted, I believe in the Bible, I believe in God, and I respect God. But while I do feel a degree of loyalty to God, because and I would certainly never want to do anything to betray God, in the same regard, even if I were to have God tell me to kill people, I would never, ever, 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 ever do it. Because at the end of the day, I'm not a puppet. And when it comes right down to it, it's this. Lasagna, I said chill. Stay there. Anyway, at the end of the day, you yourself have the choice of what you do in your life. And all I can say is be nice to each other. Never ever try to kill yourself, never ever hurt yourself, and never ever hurt somebody else unless it's self-defense or defense of another. That's one thing. While I am a very strong supporter of the Second Amendment, I feel the only good use of a gun is in self-defense or in the defense of other people. That the only good use of the gun is to protect and save lives. And that it should never be used as part of an argument or to threaten someone. It should always be considered an absolute last resort. I would kind of feel like I like the ideology of Vash the Stampede from Trigun. But I understand there are situations where people do have to kill sometimes. And I understand soldiers in the military are put in situations the same as the police. At the end, I mean, you got to do what you have to survive. And I know a lot of you guys probably beat yourselves up and judge yourself, especially while I've never been in the military. I know there's people that are soldiers that judge themselves. I'll say this. You're put in a really tough situation, guys. And I'll say this. I only have the benefit of the fact that I have not been in that situation. Had I been drafted into a military, especially back when the draft was a thing, and sent to another country with people that are the enemy, who are going to try to kill me, I would have killed them in order to protect myself. At the end of the day, you have to do what you have to do to survive. So, definitely if you are a soldier out there and you have had to shoot an enemy, or even if it was somebody who was not an enemy, at the end of the day, all you can do is try to do what's best, what you think is right. But don't beat yourself up over it. You were put in that situation. It was beyond your control, and you did what you had to stay alive. And you had your reasons. I couldn't even imagine the stress of going through something like that, and I never would want to. It would be horrible. It'd be painful. And I'm sure you guys have lots of nightmares over it. I have nightmares of my own, but those are completely different situations. So, it's not at all the same or comparable, but, we each have our issues, but yours are much, much different than mine. So I can't compare them. But all I can say is this. Don't blame yourself. You were put in that situation. Same way if anyone out there ever actually had to hurt somebody in self-defense. You did what you had to protect yourself or protect somebody else. That being said, I'd say the best thing of a gun isn't the ease of use. It's the dream of never having to use it. And that's the idea. A gun would allow a crippled person in a wheelchair the ability to defend themselves against 5 physically fit, able-bodied individuals, whereas before guns, that person would be completely defenseless and unable to do anything. So, it allows people that are weaker or crippled or hospital bed bound the ability to defend themselves where otherwise they would be helpless. Now that being said, there are times where people might overreact with a gun and accidentally shoot somebody that meant no harm, or a lot of people don't properly store their weapons. And what happens with that is then maybe a child or someone gets involved. And of course, there's some people that sometimes go out and actually shoot people in public, which that's horrible. How could somebody do that? But it's just... I'll say this. I would never, ever, ever, ever go out and shoot somebody, because that'd be horrible. Absolutely unacceptable. The only purpose of any sort of weapon is, self-defense, and it should always be you do your best to avoid using it. Try to tell a person to stop what they're doing. But in general, the easiest way to avoid getting hurt in a fight is not to fight. And the easiest way to avoid having to shoot somebody is, if you know a place where you're going to be in a dangerous situation, don't go there. But I understand there's times where you don't have a choice. So... But yeah, it's just, I know I went off a tangent. Main point is this. I am a religious individual, but I'm not judgmental of people. As far as I'm concerned, the only thing that bothers me about people is if you're an asshole. Which means there's plenty of people that are both Christian and atheist or of any religion who I don't like because they're assholes. Now, as far as sexuality, I like women, I don't like men. But I do like Futanari. I do actually find that very attractive. But I have no actual attraction to men. But at the same time, if there was a really cute girl that just happened to have a dick, I don't think I'd have any problem with it at all whatsoever. So, but yeah. I feel like at this rate, lasagna is going to need fucking Visine as much as I've been making the ghost wait there. Damn. I'm sorry I went off on a tangent. My bad. Main point I'm trying to say out there, guys, is don't judge yourself over things that, aren't a reason to judge. You're like, if you like someone who is the same gender, that's fine. As long as you're both two consenting adults and you're actually nice, like I said, the most important thing in a relationship is that you're both happy and that you both respect and love each other. So, I don't know, the biggest thing I can say is just be nice to everyone. I mean, I've met plenty of people that are religious of all denominations and faiths and all denominations of Christianity, whether Catholic, Protestant, Apostolic, Baptist, Episcopal, any of that stuff, that are holier than thou religious people that are just assholes, and they're just so hypocritical and condescending about everything, and it's just they're the kind of people that would feel like, oh, if someone's different than them, we should just kill them. And it's just it's overbearing and overwhelming to deal with that kind of person. But I'll say this, at the end of the day is this. There's a lot of things in the Bible that just don't make damn sense. It just doesn't make any damn sense. There's other things that bad things happen, and I'm like, that's horrible. And I can't agree with that at all. But at the same time, I do believe in it. Now that being said, regardless of all that, I'm not a puppet. And I don't have to do exactly whatever I'm told. When it comes right down to it is this. I can believe in God, but also disagree with aspects of the Bible. Not that I'm picking and choosing, because I still acknowledge it all is there. I just simply disagree with... It's like saying you respect a king, but you disagree with certain policies. Aside from my own inner personality conflicts of, basically comparing myself to Marianne about how she's having this huge mental crisis inside of her head, fighting with herself about, what she's supposed to be, and what is right, and what is wrong, and what she's supposed to do, and, what she should do and what she should be. I suppose I'm the same way. And it is a major roadblock for anyone to go through. Perhaps I need therapy. But therapy tends to be very expensive. And, well, aside from the initial cost of buying the laptop and paying internet, therapy is expensive. It's very expensive. Now I'd say therapy is even more expensive. Well, I'd say not as much. Therapy is expensive. Therapy is even more expensive than medical care here in the United States. I have insurance. And yet, I tend to avoid the hospital just because I can't ride a bicycle. And at this point, if I tried to learn to ride a bicycle, I'd probably, go super far into debt with medical bills just from hurting myself and trying to ride a bicycle. I have no sense of balance, guys. Main point is this. I probably need therapy, but it is cheaper to just talk to my laptop about a ghost named Lasagna than to go see a professional therapist that will charge me an entire paycheck. So, I will go with the cheaper option, where I have to entertain Marianne, Lasagna, and Garfield the cat. So, main point I'm trying to say to everyone out there is this. There is a lot of judgmental asshole people in there, and not just of the Christian faith, of all faiths, and even of people that aren't of faith. Even if the person's not religious, they can find other things to be judgmental, hypocritical about. In the end, it doesn't matter what religion, what political party, what government, what socio-economic system. The same people that would abuse one would abuse it no matter what it is. People that want power tend to want to have control and will tend to be corrupt about it and will be very abusive with it. So, usually a lot of people trying to do that stuff just want to be in control, or they just want to be holier than thou and be praised like, oh, look at me, I'm so holy. So, I know, I'm having a hard time putting this in words, guys. Main point is this. I want all of you out there to love yourselves. Be nice to yourselves. Care about yourselves. No matter what you look like, no matter what's going on in your life. If you did something wrong, forgive yourself. If you think there's something wrong with you, well, if there is a way to fix it, do so. But if not, depends on what it is. Like if it's a medical thing, like you're sick, then go see a doctor. Get help. And I hope you feel better. Whether it's antibiotics or a painkiller that the doctor needs to give you for like maybe a broken bone. The main point is this. Feeling love and being able to feel cared about and appreciated. Because, we all want to feel appreciated, right? Whether it's work, school, or doing stuff around the house, or watching your family, or taking care of some sort of responsibility, or dealing with the stress of something in your life, at the end of the day, you want to feel that you're appreciated. You want to feel that you're cared about and that you matter. And that if you were to die, it would actually matter to other people. And that you're actually loved and cherished. And there are people that value you and that you brighten somebody's life. Now, I can't really say that about myself because, well, I am Cthulhu. But, aside from Lovecraftian, assholeness, and me being an all-around jackass, I imagine your mouth has to be tired at this point, Lasagna. So has gotta be the person playing this damn piano. He's got when can I take a break? The carpal tunnel is killing me. But yeah, main point is this. Love yourselves. Be nice to yourselves. If you are thinking about hurting yourself or killing yourself, don't do it. I also recommend ASMRs. Those kind of help me sleep. I know it's a horrible recommendation. Say, oh, they help me sleep when, I constantly have terrible insomnia to the point that I choose to make these videos rather than sit in my bed. Well, technically I'm sitting on my bed, but you know what I mean. I'm not asleep right now. I am most certainly awake. So, main point is this. Be nice to yourselves. Treat yourselves right. Find what makes you happy. And as long as you're not hurting anyone, do it. So don't hurt yourself. Don't hurt others. That's one thing I don't understand. Like, why people hurt other people. And while, yes, I do think about that stuff a lot of times, I would never, ever, ever, ever actually do it. It's just sort of a coping mechanism for me. Especially with a lot of bullying things that went on in school. I mean, people actually threw piss at me. Knocked me downstairs, knocked me face first into radiators, threw shit at me. Lots of different shit. Literal shit. And I mean, for a while, it got pretty bad. It was really... Though, eventually they stopped when there was this school shooting stuff happening. Because then they thought I would do that. So they're kind of worried that if it kept pushing me, I might. But I'll say this, I never would have. Because at the end of the day, it's just, I couldn't imagine actually hurting anyone real well. And at most, if I ever did hurt somebody, it would literally be in self-defense or in defending somebody else. Now that being said, there are times I fantasize about that sort of stuff, but that's more so a way for me to express my own emotional anger and frustration, stress, insecurities, and a way for me to emotionally get through that so that I feel better and go about my day. Same way I'll play violent video games. I'll play Mortal Kombat and stuff, but I'm pretty sure if I saw somebody bleeding in the real world, I'd be the first person to freak out and rush up to them with a bandage and try to help them and get 911. So, but thinking about that sort of stuff, it does allow me, especially if I listen to some music like Cradle of Filth or, some Disturbed or something like that, I can actually think about it a bit and I can feel that it does trigger some endorphins, which allows me to feel a little bit emotionally better. But at the end of the day, that's not hurting anyone. And I'll say this. I have never, ever hurt myself. I've thought about it. I mean, heck, you guys saw how Marianne died in the other version of this game. There's times I think about doing that at work. I mean, I have the stuff there to do it. I'm like just imagining all the blood spraying all over the machines, and it's just, the thought does pop in my mind. It would be easy to do at any time, but I would never, ever, ever, ever do that because I don't want to die. I may feel super depressed at times, and I may bounce between feeling just absolute despair some days, and other days feeling completely numb, like I don't feel a damn thing, to where I can be told horrible things and I don't have any emotional reaction at all. And other times I can be just sitting in my room doing absolutely nothing, and it's just stuff will hit me and I'll start crying. So for instance, this isn't hurting my ears listening to this with the headphones on. But I'm not sure what the point of all this was. What was the point of this conversation? Don't be ashamed of yourselves? Treat yourselves right? Don't try to kill yourself. Like I said, I've never actually tried to kill myself. I've thought about it, but I've never actually tried to do it, and I've never actually hurt myself. I've thought about both those things, but I've never done so. The only injuries I've sustained in my life are either my own clumsiness or other people being very abusive to me, and me not being able to stop them very well. But yeah, aside from other people hurting me, or me just being a clumsy person with no sense of balance or hand-eye coordination, or any kind of skill, dexterity, or grace, that being said, I've never actually tried to hurt myself in any way, or end my life, and I've done everything possible to try to be healthy for the most part, except for my addiction to cheeseburgers and pizza and ice cream. And maybe my insensate insomnia. But yeah, the only injuries I've ever sustained have either been like car wrecks, physical ailments, me being clumsy, illnesses, or other people attacking me and hurting me. Which, that was always, those things are scary and painful when they happen, but again, those are, I'm just apparently a terrible, terrible fighter, so. That, and I feel bad even when I do fight back. Even if the person is literally beating the fucking shit out of me for half an hour behind a fucking store, stomping on my head, shoving my head into a brick wall, and there's fucking 5 of you. One of you has a fucking bat. I'm just getting a fucking shit kicked out of me. I still feel bad about fighting back. Like, why do I feel guilty about something like that? That being said, that bruise I had on the side of my head, it was like my temple, like the entire side of my head was purple. I think that bruise was on my right side of my head. But it was like, I don't know, a third of my head was purple, and my temple was sticking out 2 inches further than it's supposed to be. And of course, when I got in that one car accident, I've been in several car accidents. When I got that one car accident, I got like a dozen or so staples across the left side of my head. I couldn't move my left arm hardly for about a couple months, particularly my left shoulder. And my legs were covered in bruises that looked like basketballs. And I had some bruised ribs. But I'd say I'd pretty much fully recovered from that. So, though here's the funny thing. When I was in that hospital and they were still, fixing up my head from all that shit, the cop, a white police officer in a police uniform, came in, wrote me a ticket for $200 for getting hit by a truck that was speeding. The truck was speeding, going 75 miles an hour, hit me right at my driver's side. I got the damn ticket. Some bitch! That being said, good sign of concussion aside from the obvious head trauma was the fact that the white police officer in a police uniform who had me sign the ticket, I thought he was a black man in an Hawaiian shirt. Which maybe that was definitely a concussion. Or 3. So. But Vicodin helps with things when you go through stuff like that. I remember the alternator wound in the back seat somehow. And I remember when I looked at the car at the junkyard, I'm looking at the airbag and it's red and white, and I'm like, who the fuck decorates an airbag like this? And then it took me a second. And I'm like, oh, that's my blood all over the fucking airbag. Of course they wouldn't design a fucking airbag. Like, what, it's supposed to be the fucking American flag? Like, no, they didn't decorate an airbag. It's your fucking blood. But it took me a second to realize that. But main point is this. Aside from car accidents, things happening beyond my control, getting swelling in the brain, spinal taps, getting illnesses, getting injured by stuff beyond my control, or me just being clumsy, or other things occurring, or people attacking me and hurting me. That's pretty much the sum of that. I've never actually hurt myself. I've never tried to do anything bad to myself, and I've never tried to kill myself. I've never done that. I've thought about it. I tend to feel very depressed, but I would never actually do it. I do think about it sometimes, and sometimes I talk to myself about that stuff in maybe a slightly inappropriate way. But at the end of the day, I think it's just me working through that and just trying to verbally talk myself through my own issues. And I mean, we all have things we got to deal with, so, I mean, yeah, I don't know what you guys are going through out there, and what's up with you, Hopefully you're not twitching as much as lasagna here. But just saying, don't be ashamed of yourselves. Don't be mean to yourselves. And, you know, just as long as you're not hurting somebody or yourself, then don't allow others to look down on you for how you live your life. You know? A lot of people just like to be looked down on others to make themselves feel better, or have a control trip to hurt others. All I can say is this: I would never, ever, ever hurt somebody else unless they were literally trying to kill me or kill an innocent person, and I had to defend themselves. So, defend my life or defend somebody else. That being said, I'm a generally very non-confrontational person, and if possible, I will just avoid a fight completely, even at the stake of basically throwing away my own pride. You know, I'll let insults and people saying very horrible things slide and just walk away. Though there have been times that some people yelled the N-word, and I just really wasn't willing to let that slide. So I kind of cussed those people out, because I wasn't okay with them saying that. I don't like that word, and I don't like people treating others in that way. But I suppose it's okay for me to be, you know, outwardly angry about some things. And in general, I tend to have a great deal of self-control. But I think it's okay if there's a few things that I let my self-control slip on. And I think running into people that yell the N-word at certain people, I feel I'm justified at punching them. I feel that I can look back at that and be proud and happy for that. That those three sons of bitches deserve that shit. You don't talk that kind of thing. And no one went to the hospital. It didn't get that bad. You know, other people jumped in and stopped shit. But generally, I'm a very non-confrontational person, to the point that most people would probably regard me as a pussy. So, yay, self-esteem! But yeah. That, like I said, to reiterate, I would never hurt myself, I would never kill myself, and I would never hurt anybody else. And all of you out there, I would strongly advise that if any of you are feeling sad or depressed, I hope one day you find someone who makes you happy. So, because like I said, at the end of the day, we all just want to feel appreciated and loved, right? And that, you know, and to, like, not feel ashamed of ourselves, to feel that there's somebody that loves and cares about us, accepts us for who and what we are, and would never hurt us, never betray us, never lie to us, never try to kill us in our sleep, never try to, you know, come at you with a knife, you know, little things like that. You know, things that I feel should be normal. So, main thing is love yourself, love others, and, you know, don't be ashamed of yourselves. And I'm sorry I'm terrible at stringing words together and I keep getting confused by myself. And I'm doing a terrible time of reading this novel because we have been on this one line for I have no idea how long. So, probably 5 minutes. It's probably been like 5 minutes since we started this scene with Lasagna. So, I'm sorry. It's just... I need to stop going off tangents like that. I need to try to focus on the game I am playing. Especially if it's a novel that I'm supposed to be reading! Okay, back to the story. That's not a smile. Is this a QuickTime event? I feel like this is a QuickTime event. I also feel like you need Visine. Also, do you need a Snickers bar? You're twitching. Then she lunges as the mirror ripples around her form, the glass parting like water's surface for her. Quick time events! She grips my shoulders and I can feel her nails dig deep, sharp even through the fabric of my clothes. I would feel very concerned if you could not find me face to face. I'd like you really need context. What am I supposed to do? Tap A and D? What am I supposed to be doing? I don't... Did I get pulled into a mirror? What am I supposed to do here? Am I supposed to, like, rapidly... Oh, I need to tap faster. Tap faster!
You love me.
Wow, that was like... Okay! That was very close. Wasn't it more day earlier? Have you been here the entire day? Yeah, no. Yeah. Understood.
Marianne, you look awful. I mean, not awful, but did something happen? Are you alright?
We not now acknowledge that it's nighttime now?
This is right.
Okay. Hey, hugs are nice. I see nothing wrong with this. It's just a nice hug. And, well, I mean, you're scared and you want to feel safe. This is a good way to feel safe. Yes, it emotionally grounds you. That's a good way to say it. Intoxicating. Yeah. I think I would describe the same way if I was in your position.
Marianne, what's going on? Oh, you're shaking like a leaf.
Tremors run through my body as soon as my memory realizes I'm no longer in danger. I wanted to cry, scream about what I've seen, but like a scared child, I couldn't control myself. My mind couldn't reconcile what I had seen. I should just write off the stigma of imagination, yet I can still feel her nails cutting my skin.
Are you sick? Should I call for a doctor?
I'm sorry, Mrs. Wright. Just feeling a little woozy and lightheaded is all.
I mean, you can't say there's a ghost, or you can be like, hey, I thought I saw somebody.
Let's get you somewhere to sit down then. Come on, don't worry, I have you.
Yep, that is less complicated.
I think I've had enough looking around. If it's all right with you and Mr. Wright, I'll meet you outside.
If you're sure, I'll have the car started. Do you need assistance heading downstairs?
I'm all right, ma'am. Just go on ahead and I'll be right there.
I know I said this in the previous part I did that was like 10 minutes long because I was concerned about the sexual nature of the very start of this video. But, which I omitted that piece because YouTube would not like that. Even though it wasn't that graphic. But, main point is this. One of our major customers shut down due to COVID for a week or something, so I should be going down to a normal 40 hours a week work schedule, so yay! Yes, I mean, less overtime means less money, but at the same time, I really need to be able to spend some more time, not at work, and just maybe sleeping more. But yeah, that's actually good. It means as long as I am kind of worried if it keeps going further about that stuff, it could mean that my employment could shut down for a week or two. But if that's the case, whether it is or not, I have no control over that. So I'll just play it by ear and we'll see how it goes. I wonder if we were really negative with Hannah, if she just would have, like, knocked us into the ground.
About time. What took you so long? A minute longer and I'd think the house swallowed you all up.
It actually tried to, actually.
Oh, hush, dear. I'm sure she has her reasons. Marianne doesn't seem the sort to idle.
Sorry, I was just...
See, business is business and they take time, love. You should know that better than anyone. So, Marianne, what do you think? I know we already signed papers hiring you, but I want to be 100% sure.
Yep. Like I said, that's... I still don't understand what Bubble and Squeak is. I assume it's fish and maple syrup. Okay, let's see if we can get a positive thing.
Hey, are you alright there, Whiskey? You're looking like you need a serious drink.
Okay, that's a positive.
What is it that you want to do then?
Film, documentaries, but cinematography. I was working on it.
I'm fine.
And the day's not over yet. So if you can excuse the bluntness, you either shape up to help or... It's not my place to say this, but she really does seem to care a lot about you, you know?
There's no need to remind me of that. Tell the workers that you're all dismissed early.
That's nice and all, Whiskey. But we really shouldn't. The sooner we tackle certain...
And I trust you can take care of these issues. Don't make me ask again, Mint. Just tell the others they can go home early. And to not worry, they'll still get paid the remaining hours.
Fine. How dare that sleazy wanker treat me like I'm a piece of furniture?
And by wanker, you mean Luke Wright.
Yes, Luke Wright! I'm completely different from his pretty wife. And Annie, I wouldn't be surprised if he's doing something dirty behind her back.
So it was the wife who bought the place.
Are you going to repeat it? Yes, it was the pretty one. The one...
With how drunk you are, I don't even know if you're a...
Excuse you! I am at least 350,000% sure that I know what I am saying.
That is not how math works!
I am a professional. I'm totally sure of what I'm saying. Do you think just because I'm drunk I don't remember facts?
I'm sorry, guys. I got a little distracted looking at her face. I know it's not that well, like it's not a super high detailed picture, but it's pretty cute.
I remember everything. I remember every little thing as if it only... Of course you do. John William, pure mad, mental inte, Yoda body, Simpson Clay, Gimel Chip, the Bam. See? I have a photo. I don't remember which is...
Back to the wanker. Nothing off about him.
Aside from being a sleazy piece of shit, he did get all...
Makes sense. A place that big, you'll need a couple dozen people stationed, and the guy seems like the type that doesn't like to...
Oh, but he does like the ladies. I don't think his mummy hugged him enough or anything. Please. It's really important.
Okay. Yeah, this is the same as before.
How does this even work? Mirror, mirror, something? Anything?
Why are you doing this? Why would you touch the mirror?
Going to leave me again then, are you?
Well...
Are you that mad at me that you're just going to ignore me, Marianne?
Yeah, it's almost as if there's a ghost that's taking on the appearance that would be most able to manipulate you with.
What? Pack out your tongue? Don't just look at me like that.
Yeah. You have no idea. It's been so long.
You don't look happy.
I really am happy, but at the same time...
And what does that mean? What are you saying?
I don't know how this is possible. But whatever this is, you...
I'm right here, aren't I? What other proof do you need?
No. I see you. I hear you. I feel you.
That doesn't really mean it's real. I mean, heck, I've had dreams that I could actually taste and smell it. So, I mean, I have had dreams. I mean, I've been able to smell and taste in a dream. And I've even been able to use a phone in a dream. Granted, it didn't connect anyone to the real world. It just... But the main point is...
But even with all that, you can't be real. You just can't.
Then again,
I saw your body. I helped bury you. You're dead.
Burying me wasn't the only thing you did. Don't you dare lie.
What else?
But I'm going to be the bigger woman, aren't I? Let bygones be bygones. I'll forgive you. As long as you stay with me. That's why you came down here, right?
Are we gonna die? Oh, sheeps. Save. Because I'm pretty sure this is gonna be a death option. What happens if we stay? Are we gonna die again?
But... Lorraine!
I know. And it's your fault, but now...
I'm so sorry.
I'm here, Em. Come here.
What's gonna happen? Are we gonna get our decapitation again?
I can't imagine how you've been so alone all these years. I don't even know if you can ever forgive me.
Don't cry. Besides, I don't have to...
Yes.
You swear you won't?
I swear.
So, is this the same thing where we're gonna get stabbed to death?
Odds are...
How
You join... Die for me.
Lorraine!
Nope,
There's
nope,
no...
nope,
But that's...
No, it's happening again! Skip, fast, skip faster! I have unlocked a memory fragment. Okay, so apparently that was still a thing I needed to do. Load. And... not dying. Whatever this is, it might as well just be a devil's trick. And I might as well make some use of it, right? How? I say nothing at first for fear of angering whatever phantom this is. Yeah, it is a pretty angry phantom. In their world, it took out Zack's eyeballs, then put it wrapped.
I should have been more honest back then, both to you and myself. I know it's too late. I'm sorry. But
the thought of being with the dead did not agree with me, not one bit. Because I'll say this, I may feel depressed a lot sometimes.
I
and may have stuff I'm dealing with.
So what? You're going to leave me for
But
some trophy wife?
I do not want to die,
You're going to leave party
and I
or
value
go
my
after
life.
the next rich, pretty blonde that you see.
all these years, guilt has been my driving force. I felt so guilty for what I did, what I didn't do.
She thinks she can guilt me into being complacent, to fucking decapitating yourself. Because like I said, if you ever meet somebody who tries to hurt you or tries to convince you to hurt yourself, they do not care about you. They're actually very psychotic and hurtful, and you need to get the hell away from them. Anyone that tries to hurt you or convince you to hurt yourself, they do not love or care about you. They just want to control you and hurt you and be empowered of themselves. And they will, in the end, will kill you.
I did to me. The blood in my hands is mine, not yours.
Yeah, it's definitely not Lorraine. So, it's not lasagna.
I broke your heart, not your neck.
Don't you dare deny it! It was your fault!
Because I loved you more than I dared to admit? Yes, that was my fault. But I never meant to hurt you like that.
I have to go to bed. Go back to work. But at least hours.
What are you
should
doing?
Be cutting down soon. So that's good. Yep, I'm gonna pass out if I don't go to bed soon. So I will probably That is true. And like I said, if someone really cares about you, they wouldn't want you to be hurting yourself. So all I can say is for all of you out there, love yourselves.
It's done. It's done. Oh, Lorraine. Forgive me, Lorraine.
Does this mean we'll get an ending for Marianne where she is not in the dungeon? Which means we might actually see her at the damn pub. I don't remember what day it is.
Well now, I should probably go back up there. Party to attend, rich socialites to do business with, and food to eat. Mrs. Wright will be happy if I make some time for it anyway. I'm sorry, Lorraine. May you see God's light on the path.
Okay.
Come on, Mac. You really didn't think it would be that easy, did you? You get bonus points for trying.
Are we still gonna die anyway?
You should know innate charisma is not enough to turn undead.
She advances toward me, backs me. Are we still gonna die anyway? I can't even reach for another wine bottle without putting myself... I still think the demons and druids thing, or druids and dwarves, and despite really broad, I don't think she'll be able to exist at all without the mirror. Can you blame me though? It's not like I'm an expert at supernatural. I mean, it was worth a shot.
That's not... You shouldn't be...
What? After the mirror? Did you think just moving on will erase what you did to me? You're nothing but a murderer, Marianne. A murderer!
No, she is not.
Stay back. You're not real.
She is real,
Leave me
but she's
alone.
not she's not lasagna.
Stop! I'm trying to move on with my life, so why won't you let me? Please! Just get out of my head and leave me be!
I try to... Oh, so we are going to end up in the... This is just a very different way about going about this. So are we still going to get the scene where she's... Yeah? Oh, hi! It's been a while since we've seen you in HD. How are you today? Her arms and limbs, almost every inch of her little lithe body, is peppered with wounds and rotting flesh. You know what sounds good right now, guys? A York peppermint patty. That sounds really good. Have to remember to get one next time I
How
get a
long
chance.
has this been here? Oh, that smell. Oh, you're a nasty one, aren't you?
Aw, you hurt the zombies' feelings. I can't imagine a normal response that wouldn't be anything but. Yeah? But like I said, at least at the start of this thing we got laid, but I didn't show you guys because yeah, YouTube would have a problem with nudity and outright sex. I can show cleavage and, you know, suggestive themes, but outright, you know, nudity and sex, YouTube would not be okay with. Yep, I'm gonna have to go to sleep after the Marianne story. Otherwise, I'm going to just pass out.
Please don't hurt me.
My body hurts and I keep my eyes shut tight, afraid what might happen next.
What's wrong, Marianne? Are you really afraid of little old me? Please. It's so cold. I don't want to be alone, Marianne. Why won't you stay with me? Why would you leave me? Why?
What are you?
at the end of the day, this jail cell actually saved your life.
Help me, oh help me! Are you getting all this on camera, Carl? Yeah, but are you guys sure this is a good idea? We're breaking and entering here. Don't worry, the owners of this place haven't been here in a long time. Look at this thing, though. It has writing in blood like some cheesy 80s horror prop. Wait, I have an idea. Oh man, that's genius!
What kind of butthead would even take this thing seriously? Maybe we can stick this in Rowan's backpack. That's Juarez kid would panic.
Guys? What? Spit it out! Behind you!
Letter.
Well, that's an achievement that I can't read. Oh, I apparently got everything for her. Or at least all of her endings. Okay, so we need to save because I need to go to sleep. So, I hope everyone out there had a good day. Bye.